Fellas, you know Degree Cool Rush deodorant, right? Well, last year they changed the formula, and guys were mad about it. One dude even started a petition. So guess what? Degree heard us, admitted they messed up, and brought the original Cool Rush scent back exactly how it was. And it's in Walmart, Target, and other stores now for under $4. So grab some and remember why its cool, crisp, and fresh scent made it the #1 men's antiperspirant for the last decade. Degree Cool Rush is back, and it smells like victory for all of us.
Don't you love it when things are both easier and more affordable? Like when the rain washes your car for you. Or like when you save up to 10% by bundling your renters and auto insurance with USAA. Bundle with USAA and start saving. Get a quote today.
Hilton brings you new ways to stay, with experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you are listening to High School Hoops with our hosts, Steve Collins and Jake Steger.
Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody, and welcome to High School Hoops. Jake and I are pretty excited about this topic coming up. We're going to talk about team and summer development. I think it's a great topic. And leading into that, seems like a great segue into Dr. Dish. That's summer development. That's working on stuff that you need to do. It is the workouts and the technology that they have, the ability to look it up on the phone, for the machine to run it, to put you through the workout. For some of the top trainers in the country, in the world probably, are working with Dr. Dish. It is a great machine. Go over and check it out down below. Once you look at it, you'll go, how am I going to find money? How am I going to finance this thing? And they can work with you on that. How can I make this happen? So give them a call. Make sure you mention Coach Unplugged. They'll give you $300 off. They'd love to hear that you've come from this podcast, and they will help you out. Trust me, they will work with you. They will demonstrate it. They will make sure that you know everything that you need to know about that machine. Also, make sure you go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to keep better. Couple things. First of all, it is my baby, and it is what allows me to take my wife out to dinner once in a while, and it is what keeps the lights on for Coach Unplugged and High School Hoops. But it is the place that you need. It is your aspirin. It is your ability to, what do you take an aspirin when you're not feeling well? Well, Coach Unplugged, High School Hoops, my YouTube channel, everything is to help you. Similar to Teach Hoops. That's just taking it to another level. It's allowing us to do one-on-one calls. It's allowing us to give you all that information. And, oh, wait, I need to work on an offense. I can go over to that course. Ooh, I got an interview coming up. I can go to that course. All of those things are kind of broken up. And trust me, over the next 2 or 3 months, the number of courses that are going up, I've been working hard, are going to be great. So make sure you go over and check it out. And let's head off to the podcast. All right, welcome to High School Hoops, episode 35. Can't wait till we get to 100. When's that going to – well, that'll be over a year from now on, once a week. All right, yep. What is this week on?
So I think we need to start thinking about what we are doing with our players over the summer. So what do we do for our teams and our programs for summer development?
Yeah, I mean,
every state is different. I mean,
that's the issue. It's crazy. I mean, some people get full contact. Some people get 3. Some people only get 3-on-3.
Some get none.
So I mean, so this is this is why you should join teachhoops.com, because we can help you go through this. Side note, that was a self-promotion there. Anyway, it's okay. It is crazy. So I think you have to, first of all, if you can have your full team and you can have them in the summer, you have to be a little bit creative, because I think, this is my personal opinion, I think kids should be kids in the summer. I think they should do many things. I don't think they should just play basketball. I don't think you're the most important thing in the world. I think, spending time with their girlfriends and going on vacation and going to lifting weights for football and just hanging out and being a high school kid and maybe going to summer. I think all those things are really important. But
if you do have and you are able to go 5-on-5 at all during the summer, that should be your laboratory. That should be where you have hopefully spent some time listening to us and you've started working on things that you need to do for next year, because we all kind of know who's coming back and we know what we're going to be good at and what we're not going to be good at. And this is where, oh gosh, I think I should run a 1-3-1 this year. That's the time to go try it out. Maybe we're going to push baseline and we're going to trap in the corner, or we've never done a matchup. Try it if you have full contact. Even if you have 3-on-3, you can do some of it just to see, are they quick enough for the rotations? Do they pick up stuff fast enough? Those kind of things. So I think from a team standpoint, it should definitely be a laboratory where you're basically kind of figuring out what works, what doesn't work. Ooh, I found this cool out of bounds play on YouTube. I want to try it. Oops, that didn't work. Rather than trying it, the first week of practice, try it in the summer and see if it works. So that's the first thing. Second thing, for summer development, I think it's really important to have individual lesson plans for the kids.
Skill development sessions is what I had down. Yep.
Yeah, it's got to be like, my son doesn't need to work on, he does need to work on his post moves, but that's not high on his priority list. It's shooting threes, it's attacking the rim, it's making free throws, it's handling the ball. Those are much higher. So I think you have to individualize and say, hey, here's what you need to work on. You better go boom, boom, boom. And here are some skills you can do, and here's how I can show you how to do them. Even if you can't work them out, even if you can't have contact with them, you can still talk to them about those things. You can find YouTube videos on those things. You can maybe videotape your own kid and send it to them. And there are ways around helping them develop as players. And I think that's what I'd say is that selfish time. That's your time. When we get together and become a cohesive group, that's our time. But the summer is your time. Like, are you going to become a shooter? Are you going to become stronger? Are you going to become quicker? All those kind of things. What do you have on your list?
I think a big one is actually not completely basketball, and it says that if kids can get into the weight room and do things with training and so forth for all sports, I think that's the most beneficial. Right. I think, I think you can get really good at the game and you can do all those things. But, man, if you can devote your time to getting in the weight room 3 to 4 times a week, being consistent about it. I've seen kids when I was coaching high school that, they were the 12th man off the bench, and then they just were hitting the weight room and they just were committed to getting bigger and stronger. And he was a starter and a team captain his senior year. I mean, you see those things about the emergence of the weight room. And that, a lot of things that I was talking to another coach about, it's like February, March, those kids that are really conditioned and physically fit, I mean, their legs aren't as tired at the end of the game. They can make shots. They're physically fit. I think a commitment to fitness in the offseason is huge as a program, and the value of that, because it helps everything. I think that's one selling point for all players. I think summer league is great, but it's you're never going to have your guys all the time. So I don't think you should try to reflect on that so much. A lot of times, I see a lot of coaches up by me. They coach their teams every Wednesday night. And, right. And it's like, it's almost becomes overkill. And I don't even,
and what I was talking about before, I wasn't even talking about league play. I was talking about quote unquote a practice. Everybody, I hope you're enjoying the podcast as much as I am. If you'd like to help us out over at, please go and subscribe and leave a 5-star review. If you want to leave a 2-star review, you can turn your phone off. Also, if you would like to make a commitment to your coaching, if you would like to become a better coach and learn how to deal with that irate parent, learn how to deal with that kid that won't go get the 50 ball, learn how to deal with the teams that's throwing that combo defense at you, go over and check out teachhoops.com. It's a way for you to get back, keep the lights on here at Coach Unplugged, and also expand your horizons as a basketball coach. So go over and check it out. Let us know what you think. All right, let's get back to the podcast. Quote unquote a practice. If you can have full contact,
right?
Like we get some days in Wisconsin,
yep,
where I don't really want to coach them in the summer because I'm old and I might keel over, to be honest with you. But I do want to maybe see if this out of bounds play works in our gym 5-on-5 with our guys, or I might want to see how does this defensive scheme work, or maybe we're gonna try how we handle the ball screen different. Let's try that. Let's do a couple of drills on that and see. And, you know, I can keep their attention for an hour or so in the gym to do that kind of stuff. And again, I try to use it that way. You know, the coaching in the summer thing, it's never the same. It's never the same. It's always frustrating.
It is, you know, and so that's one thing as I don't think for coaches, if you don't reflect on what your season's going to look like by your performance in the summer either, because you're not going to have your complete team. It's just never the same. And so I wouldn't.
It's about reps and letting them play.
Yep.
And spending time and getting
learning how to
afterwards. And
yep,
stuff.
Exactly. You know, and then, you know, don't focus so much on the team. Focus more on the skill development is huge. I think a lot of times we think about what can we do. Oh, we'll use these 3 months. We'll get all these extra practices and we'll play 30 games over the summer and we're going to be the best team in November right away. And that's not always the case because there's skills that need to be improved on. You know, that joy factor of getting excited for the season. Well, if you've been hanging out together all summer, that joy of getting back to November is not going to be as exciting, you know, if you've been beating a dead horse for 4 months in the summer. I think you gotta choose your battles wisely. So like a lot of it too is like one thing I found successful is doing like a team tournament where you go away for a weekend and it's like the big thing that you do over the summer and all the guys are going to commit to it and you're going to spend a whole weekend together and you got your full crew there. That means then you have time to try different things. You're in a neutral location and you make it something really big. But if you have too much of summer league this 2 nights a week.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'll tell you right now the way we do it. We do June. We don't do anything past June. We do 2 weeks in June where we'll play, or 3 weeks in June where we'll play, and then we might do 1 or 2 little like 1-day things in July, and then it's all skill work at that point because football's starting August 1. So I've narrowed. This is how I've changed over time. I've narrowed because July they're off in AAU. They're off doing other stuff. It's 4th of July. It's like da. So I've really narrowed my scope with what, you know, hey, we got our camp, we got our basketball camp for our little kids. We're going to play. We got a couple tournaments, you know, and then July comes around. We'll do skill work. We'll maybe go do a 1-day shootout and then we're done. Have a nice summer, guys. Go work, you know.
You know, that's good for coaches to hear because, you know, you've won a lot of games and I'm sure that a lot of people think that, oh, I bet you they're in the gym and they're playing 5-on-5 from sundown to sunset every day in Madison Memorial High School. And that's really good for people to hear though, because I believe that often people think that, but there's more that goes beyond that. You're not going to
win or lose a state championship in June 27th.
You're not
going to happen. But you might lose a state championship if you alienate the kid or he doesn't want to work at it or, you know.
You don't take the time to build a relationship with them. And But you also don't want to burn yourself out as a coach, man. If you're trying to do all this over the summer and you're putting more stress on yourself.
I know. And part of that, I mean, when I started coaching volleyball is when I really kind of backed off even more. It's like, you know, I just think it's a healthier atmosphere, and we
be a better coach in November.
I think it does, and I think we do our workouts in the middle of the day because most of the guys aren't working. I mean, if they're we say like 2 to 4. So we give them the nights. They can go hang out. They can do what they want to do. You know, so it's like, and some of them it doesn't always work around their schedules, but then we adjust for some of them. But most of them aren't doing anything unless they got a job at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
You know, so that's why we try to do it. And it's hot. If you want to come in the gym in July and at 1 o'clock, it's brutal. We don't have air conditioning in our gym.
Nope.
And it's like, part of that is like, who's dedicated? Who's going to be here? Who's going to work? Who's going to come and pay the price kind of thing. So, all right. Anything else with that, Coach?
No, I just think that, again, it really comes down to skill development. And we'll talk about that in a little bit in the later sessions about what skills to work on and what skills not to work on. So it'll be exciting a couple of weeks. So
that'll be a good lead up to next week. All right. See you next week. All right. Bye.
Hey, everybody. I hope you love that podcast. Please go over and leave a 5-star review no matter where you're listening to this. Also, if you want to give back, if you want to join if you want these podcasts to keep coming, you want us to get more guests, all of those kind of things, this allows us to do that.
go over, join teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. I don't think you'll be disappointed. It is a great community of like-minded coaches. It is the Netflix for basketball coaches, but what's even better than Netflix, it has our community. It has me and 30 plus years of being pretty successful at the high school level. So go over and check it out. Have a great day.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/ARTS. Just go to Indeed.com/ARTS right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.